Chapter 1: Why History is Your Superpower. History isn't just a list of dates and names. It's the ultimate adventure story, packed with epic moments and world-changing ideas. It's the story of us, a giant puzzle where every person and event is a piece. Understanding history is like having a superpower. It reveals how we got here, why things are the way they are, and even hints at what might come next. It helps us learn from past mistakes so we don't repeat them. Imagine you're a detective, piecing together clues from ancient ruins and old letters to solve the mystery of how our world came to be. Studying history connects you to everyone who's ever lived, from Egyptian farmers to Greek philosophers to modern inventors. These turning points, battles, discoveries, and bold decisions are the hinges of history where everything changed. One idea, one person, or one moment can echo for centuries, shaping billions of lives. In this essay, we'll travel from ancient Mesopotamia to the Industrial Revolution, meeting the people and ideas that changed everything. Buckle up, our time machine is ready to explore the most epic moments that made our world. Chapter 2: Mesopotamia's Writing Revolution. Let's travel back 5,000 years to Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Sumerians built amazing cities, but their greatest invention was writing, cuneiform. Before writing, knowledge was fragile, passed by word of mouth and easily lost. Cuneiform, made with wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets, changed everything. At first, it tracked sheep and grain, but soon it recorded laws, stories, and myths. Writing became humanity's first permanent memory, allowing ideas to travel across time and space. For the first time, thoughts could outlive their creators, preserved for generations. This was the birth of history itself, written records we can still study today. Every book, email, and sign traces back to these clay tablets. Writing enabled empires, religions, science, and philosophy to flourish. It separated history from prehistory and made complex societies possible. Without the Sumerians' invention, our world would be unrecognizable. We'd know almost nothing about the ancient world. The moment humanity gained writing, we gained a collective memory. The story of civilization truly began here. Chapter 3: The Birth of Democracy in Ancient Athens. Next, we land in ancient Athens, 5th century BC, where most of the world was ruled by kings. The Athenians dared to try something new: democratia, rule by the people. Only adult male citizens could participate, but it was a radical leap forward. Citizens gathered in the assembly to debate and vote directly on laws. Public officials were often chosen by lottery, believing any citizen could serve. This unleashed a wave of creativity. Philosophers, playwrights, and architects flourished. The idea that ordinary people mattered sparked innovation and confidence. Though Athenian democracy eventually fell, its ideas survived and inspired revolutions centuries later. Today, millions live in democracies rooted in Athens' bold experiment. The right to vote and freedom of speech trace back to those ancient gatherings. Athens' dream reshaped the world. Chapter 4: How One Man's Choice Forged an Empire. Now, to 49 BC, northern Italy, beside the Rubicon River. Julius Caesar, fresh from conquering Gaul, faces a choice: obey the Senate and lose power, or cross the Rubicon and start a civil war. Crossing meant breaking Roman law, a point of no return. Caesar hesitated, then declared, "The die is cast," and led his army across. Rome was thrown into chaos, his rivals fled. Caesar entered Rome as a hero to many, sparking a civil war that would end the Republic. After victory, Caesar became dictator for life, but was soon assassinated. His adopted son Octavian became Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The phrase, "crossing the Rubicon," now means making an irreversible decision. Caesar's bold move ended a 500-year-old republic and birthed an empire. One man's choice changed the course of history. The Roman Empire's legacy still shapes our world today. The Rubicon reminds us how a single decision can alter everything. Empires rise and fall on moments like this. History's turning points are often personal gambles. Caesar's was one of the biggest. Chapter 5: Columbus and the New World. Fast forward to 1492, the Age of Discovery. Europeans longed for Asian goods, but land routes were perilous. Christopher Columbus, convinced he could reach Asia by sailing west, finally won Spanish support for his risky voyage. With 3 small ships, he crossed the Atlantic, facing storms and near mutiny. On October 12th, land appeared, an island in the Bahamas. Columbus thought he'd reached Asia, but he'd actually found the Americas. This encounter launched the Columbian exchange. Plants, animals, technology, and diseases flowed between old and new worlds. European diets and economies were transformed by crops like potatoes and corn. But European diseases devastated indigenous populations, causing millions of deaths. Columbus's voyage triggered centuries of colonization and conflict. The world was permanently connected and forever changed. The discovery reshaped continents, cultures, and lives. The Age of Discovery was truly world-altering. Chapter 6: The Invention of the Printing Press. Now to 1440s Germany, where Johannes Gutenberg revolutionized knowledge with the printing press. Before this, books were rare, copied by hand, and reserved for the elite. Gutenberg's movable type allowed pages to be printed quickly and reused. The first major book printed was the Bible. Suddenly, books became affordable and widespread. Information could now reach thousands, not just a privileged few. The printing press fueled the Renaissance, spread new ideas, and ignited the Reformation. Scientists shared discoveries, sparking the scientific revolution. Literacy soared as books became accessible to all. The monopoly on information was broken. The printing press laid the foundation for mass communication in the modern world. One invention changed how humanity thinks, learns, and connects. Chapter 7: The American Revolution begins. April 19th, 1775, Lexington, Massachusetts. Years of tension over taxation without representation boiled over. British redcoats marched to seize colonial weapons. Paul Revere warned the militia. On Lexington Green, a shot rang out. The shot heard round the world. The British fired, 8 colonists died, and the Revolutionary War began. As the British retreated, colonists attacked from all sides. The fight for liberty had started, transforming protest into war. 8 years later, a new nation was born, the United States of America. The Revolution's ideals of liberty and democracy still echo today. Chapter 8: The Industrial Revolution's Steam Engine. Late 1700s Britain. James Watt's improved steam engine changed everything. For millennia, muscle, wind, and water limited human progress. Watt's engine used steam to power machines, first pumping water from mines, then driving factory machinery. The factory system was born. People flocked to cities for work. Mass production made goods cheaper and more available. Steam engines powered trains and steamboats, shrinking distances and connecting markets. The Industrial Revolution transformed society, building the foundations of our modern, globalized world. Steam power fueled empires and innovation. The world became faster, smaller, and more connected. The steam engine powered the modern age into existence. Chapter 9: History is happening now. Our journey ends, but history never does. It's a living force, shaping our world every day. Each turning point we explored was a choice or discovery that changed humanity's path. Understanding these stories helps us understand ourselves and our challenges. The ideals of Athens, the risks of Caesar, the global exchanges of Columbus, all echo in our lives. History gives us context and wisdom to face today's epic moments: climate change, technology, global cooperation. The decisions we make now will be tomorrow's history. You're not just reading history, you're living it. Stay curious, ask questions, and learn from the past. By understanding history, you gain the superpower to shape the future. The adventure continues, and the next chapter is yours to write. The past is your map, the present your journey, and the future your destination. Make your mark on history.